Welcome back, everybody, to the Nosebleed Sports Podcast. I am Chris Witt, and with me, as always, is Mr. Adam Schmidt. Adam, how are you today, sir?
Really excited. We get 2 weeks worth of stuff to talk about here. I'm very excited.
Man, that's no joke, but we've got lots of things to go over. Lots of sports have happened.
Yeah.
And we have not got into a ton of it. So, the NBA playoffs are here. Major League Baseball is a full 2 weeks in now, week and a half, maybe, I guess, 2 weeks, week and a half.
Close to 3?
Are we close to 3?
It was the end of March, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so get there.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get into a little bit of that. But, Adam, let's start off with how we love to start the whole podcast off, right? Reese's peanut butter makes 4 billion different types of Reese's, and we've been doing this for 2 years now and never ran out.
We'll never get finished. But Chris, the reason that we did not have an episode last week is because I was on vacation in the Pigeon Forge.
You were in the Great Smoky Mountains.
The Great Smoky Mountains. And I went into a Kroger a couple of times, and I saw 2 different kinds of Reese's that I've not seen in our area. We've talked about this before. You found the big cup with Reese's Puffs in another city.
Yep.
This is another thing that I haven't seen. Maybe you've seen these. I don't know, but I've never seen. So I figured we might even do both. I brought both.
All right.
But we'll start it off with Reese's creamy peanut butter.
Whoa, Reese's creamy peanut butter cups.
Right.
Regular size cups, the original size cups.
Mm-hmm.
Very intrigued in this. Tell me, you were on vacation in the Great Smoky Mountains.
That's right.
You, I'm sure, were just, having a blast. Lots of people in Gatlinburg, lots of walking around to do. Pigeon Forge is different, on the other hand. Pigeon Forge is drive from place to place.
Yep.
But Adam, tell me, there's got to be something crazy that happened while you were out there.
The moment we got there.
Oh, even better.
The moment we got there, we grabbed a place online in Kodak.
Yeah.
Tennessee. Very, close to everything. And it's just kind of up, a little hill. But so
Kodiak is where the Tennessee Smokies play.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll come up in a second here as well. We get a place, and we eventually find it. There are like 2 buildings. There's one parking lot you pull into, or one driveway basically, and a few parking spots, and 2 buildings, one on each side, small like houses.
Mm-hmm.
So we pull into this one, and we're like, okay, it's supposed to be floor 1, room 1, or whatever. It just means it's one level of the one house. So we go, I'm not positive, it's not labeled real well.
Yeah.
So I go to where I think it might be.
Okay.
Go to this door, and there's supposed to be a lockbox with a key in it, right? Okay, they gave me the lockbox combo and everything. Well, I go up to the door. The key is not in the lockbox. It's in the door. The key is just to go inside, is just in the lock of the door.
Man, you're in the great state of Tennessee, buddy. Everybody's happy-go-lucky. They just, it's all good.
I guess so. So I'm like hesitant because I'm not positive if this is the right thing. Also, it's weird that the key's just in the door. I start to kind of like try to turn the knob to see if it's opening, try to turn the key, and the door opens without my effort. Someone answers the door. I'm like,
oh boy.
Oh my God. So scared me. I'm like, I just tried to get into somebody's house, and they're answering the door, and who knows how this is going to be. Like you said, this is Tennessee. They got guns and stuff. And so it's the lady and man, husband and wife, that own the building. Okay. So they assured us we're at the right place. They say, sorry, we were just working in the yard and it got hot. It was hot. So we just came inside to cool down. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I understand. That's great that you're trying to upkeep the property. It was a nice property and everything. Sure. They did a good job. But also, that our check-in time was 4 o'clock. This was 5:30.
Oh yeah.
5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah. You're well past check.
Well past check-in. You should be expecting us. They, I guess, weren't concerned about that. So they, brought us. They welcomed us in and like, yeah, this is the place, and here's this and this and this is all where everything is.
This is a bedroom, in case you didn't know, because it's got a bed in it.
Yeah.
This is a bathroom. It's got a toilet in it. This is a refrigerator. Yeah, I got you.
That's all that was in it.
Yeah.
It was a small place,
Mhm.
but and it had one bathroom, one bedroom. There was a kitchen and a living room. That's it.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's all you need. So, but they showed us everything, and so then they're talking to us, telling us about different things to do and where everything's at, and all kinds of stuff about the property and all that. So as they're talking about that, they're telling us about like the outside. So they open the door, come on outside, we'll show you this. There's just like a concrete porch patio sort of, that's just ground level.
Yeah.
And then it goes like out into a yard, which starts going down a hill, and you can see in the distance straight ahead mountains.
Oh yes,
Real
beautiful,
nice.
right?
Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
And so down like on this road, there are other houses and stuff, and but they're spread out enough and everything. So you can see kind of some of that stuff down the road, but it's nice and everything. But we walk outside and they start telling us right away, because we noticed right away, this is the week. This is our big wasp week. Okay.
Oh my God.
So every year, as soon as it gets warm, the wasps all come out of the cracks that they laid their eggs in the winter before, or whatever, and they're out and they're looking for nests, and I don't know if they eat food or what, but they're out.
Oh boy.
And they are nesting. They are building houses as we watch them. There's like a deck over the top for the above apartment. And so we see them, they're all over the place. Immediately I'm like, oh my, we got to get out of here. I mean, we got to go inside or go far away. And they're like, yeah, they're like, they felt bad. They're like, I know, it's the problem. We sprayed once. We're going to have an exterminator, I think, come back and do it tomorrow or something like that, hopefully. And the guy has a shovel and he's like smashing them and knocking down houses and stuff like that. And
pissing them off.
I'm like, by the way, before we went outside, we were in there for a minute and they start talking to us. And I looked down and I noticed the gentleman, nice gentleman, is walking around in the place that we're staying with his bare feet.
Yeah, well, it's his house.
They don't live there. They own it. You're right. It is his house. But he just had flip-flops on there, I guess, to work out in the yard, and
had him off.
Just had him off. Just had him walking around bare feet, stranger guy. So pretty weird in my opinion, but they were nice, and but we're standing on this porch and we're looking out. Look how nice the mountains are over there, and they own both buildings right there. And this lady starts going, oh yeah, the Cubs stay right here. The Cubs are here. I'm like, the Cubs? Like she's like, yeah, like you'll see them here. Like they usually aren't too loud or anything like that. You probably don't have to worry about them. They're gone. Like they leave late morning and they're gone all day because they have a game and they come back. And she keeps saying the Cubs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the Cubs? How's that? And I know the Tennessee Smokies are there. And I start thinking like, eventually I get it in my mind. I'm like, okay, I think the Smokies are a Cubs affiliated organization.
Yep.
They are. They're the AA.
They are.
Affiliation. So I finally figured out why she keeps saying
why is she saying the Cubs are here.
So anyway, some of the Tennessee Smokies live, I guess, during the season right there. And
that's so cool. Did you see any of them?
No, we saw cars like in the morning and stuff, but yeah, we didn't, and we didn't hear them either. They weren't party guys or anything. I'm sure they're all young guys, but
yeah, but at that level, that is you're working to get to a big level. So there's not like that stuff.
Double A's that step where your guys go from AA to the majors.
And baseball is different than it used to be, right? Like guys take care of their bodies. It's your body is everything.
Sure.
For it. So it's not the same as like you got Mickey Mantle and Babe Ruth.
It's not Bull Durham.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that part was cool. We didn't meet anybody or anything like that, but we're standing on this porch. This lady is telling us, again, very nice lady, nice people. But she's just like talking about, yeah, this is even talking about the wasps and the bees and stuff that are flying around. Yeah, it's just there's unfortunately not much we can do. It just kind of they come out and then they find nests and build net and
Yeah.
and they're like we try to spray as much as we can and she's telling us about all this stuff. Oh, you go down here, down this road, and it's like 10 minutes down. You get out to the main road, and there's all this stuff, and you got to try this restaurant. All the meanwhile, wasps all over
Everywhere. You're dying.
I'm dying. I'm like, why would we be having a conversation in the middle of wasp mania here?
Yeah.
That's insane.
They're pretty used to it, it sounds like.
I guess, man. But so anyway, I'm like, and then my girl, God love her, starts asking questions. She's more afraid of wasps than I am.
Yeah.
But she I guess momentarily starts focusing on what this lady is saying. I am not focusing at all on what this lady's saying.
All right. I have a question.
Yes.
Did anybody get stung?
I don't think so. But at one point, the guy goes, "Oh man, oh," and he grabs the back.
That scared me a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, that was too loud. That was way too loud.
No, just you're jumping.
Yeah, he grabs the inside the back of his shorts, something went. Oh my god! And he's trying to dig something out of there. So I think one flew or tried to fly up his shorts, and he felt it. And I'm like, well, yeah, and
because we're out here.
And he's like, so my girlfriend's allergic to every single thing on the planet. So probably she's never been stung by a wasp, but probably is allergic to them.
Sure.
Both of them say we are deathly allergic to wasps.
Why are we standing here?
Why are we standing here?
Oh my god, that's insane.
So anyway, that was crazy. So finally, they're like, okay, well, we're gonna get out of your hair. Thanks,
appreciate that.
Thank you. So then we go in and we bring our own cleaning supplies and scrub the whole place down ourselves and everything.
Did you do that?
Yeah, brought our own. They had bedding and everything. We brought our own. Put 3 sheets and a blanket on top of what they had, and slept on that.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, germs is what's wrong.
3
Well,
sheets and a blanket.
I brought 2 sheets and a blanket. She brought a sheet and a blanket. We had 2 blankets and 3 sheets, and just put them all on top and slept under the blankets on top of our own sheets.
On top of 4 sheets if you include theirs.
Brought my own, they had towels and washcloths and everything. Brought my own, all that stuff. Used my own, all that stuff.
So incredible to me. That's so incredible. I have no problem at all using anything that's put in there.
You're a guy that stays in a hotel every week.
I do. And I've never brought my own. When COVID was at its worst and I would stay in a hotel, I don't think I ever did anything. I mean, they're supposed to do everything they can to clean it. I believe that they cleaned it.
Really?
I totally believe
the folks making minimum wage at the hotel.
Yeah, yeah, I believe that. Yeah, it always smells clean.
Well,
you think they just don't do their job?
I don't want to say that, but just in case somebody's like, this job doesn't mean a whole lot to me, or I'm having a tough day, or my grandma's sick, or whatever. Any reason anybody has not to very thoroughly clean. And then there are also plenty of articles and documentaries and things that say, hey, check out if we hold a black light up to this hotel room.
No, that's in a motel.
If we swab,
that's in they go to a motel.
If we swab the
stay by the hour
counter.
That's a pay by the hour place.
I think that's everywhere.
Oh, you crazy, dude. And go to your own house and do that. It's gonna be just as nasty.
But it's my nasty.
Yeah, it might be. I don't really care. The more nasties I get inside me, the better my immune system is. I know I'd say that all the time, but yeah, I say that. And
finally,
then last
Wednesday, sick,
Wednesday, I called Adam and I was like, man, look, I'm fine if you want to come over, but, and I totally forgot he was out of town. I was like, I'm just letting you know, I got a little cough going on, got a little cold, little cough. And Schmitty says, but I'm in Gatlinburg. But this is how deathly contagious. If I got a cold, this is how contagious it is. Adam caught a cold the next day, 2 states away.
Yep. You gave me your illness.
20 minutes later, he had
through
the phone. He had my cough.
Yeah. As I was driving down there, throat starts feeling a little itchy. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. But I wasn't sure. Maybe I just had, swallowed something wrong, had one too many peanut butter cups or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, that's weird. Fine. Get down there the first day. I kind of feel it all day.
Yeah.
It's not a sore throat, just a something.
Uh-huh.
Next day, maybe a tiny bit worse. Talk to you 2 hours later, full-blown sore throat.
Full-blown. Yep. I just kicked it. I just kicked it in.
That night.
Feel so bad that I get you sick over the phone.
How dare you?
I feel so bad. Absolutely feel so bad. So there you go. So this good trip. Adam, I got to ask you, bud.
Yeah.
You've got Reese's creamy peanut butter cups in your hand. I've eaten all 4. You've had a couple. Mm-hmm. You got to tell me what you think about these.
Why don't you go first?
It tastes like a Reese cup. There's no difference in this than a regular Reese cup to me.
I feel like this tastes a little bit. I feel like the peanut butter tastes a little different. Now, it's not creamy like I thought it was going to be.
It wasn't creamy at all.
So it's hard to, I thought it was going to be like very.
I feel like this kind of thing with creamy peanut butter has to be eaten like fresh. Like you got to have this off the shelf, like freshly put on the shelf and eat it.
Possibly.
Because if you refrigerate it, I feel like it's no longer creamy.
Maybe.
Either way,
I would think they would too. They call it 9-2. They call it creamy. I would think they would find a way to preserve it and keep it creamy.
Sure.
Otherwise,
they make the chips the chips don't get moist inside the peanut butter. So
right. 9-2 for you. I'm gonna go. I'm going 9-2.
I love it.
I think you're absolutely spot on that.
All right. Well, let's before I get into what I had, let's go ahead and start into some sports.
Okay.
All right. We've missed a couple weeks here. We still have our girl, Foosball Sally. What's her name?
Kelsey Cook.
Or
Foosball
Sally. Really funny, by the way, watching her play at the end of the special, which we'll do that comedy special. Really funny watching her play and do the little bit that she did. That was fun. And then we've got a Mount Rushmore of, as you can see behind me, stuffed animals. I brought some stuffed animals out to throw behind us. So we've got the Mount Rushmore of stuffed animals. Well, let's kick this thing off, Adam. How do you want to start?
I want to know what happened. So you were telling me something happened with your baseball team.
Oh, okay. I was gonna do this later, but I'll do it. We'll do it now. No, let's do it now. Okay. Big baseball game. The boys are playing really good. Got a dub. Now, my question for you, Adam, is race related. Yeah. Let's go. Let's dig down deep. Okay. So, and I've got a question. When you're describing someone, okay, we've got a little girl, one of the sisters on our team. She was adopted. She's a little black girl, wonderful little girl, Nevaeh, great friends with. She's gonna be probably 6 foot tall. She's a head taller than everybody else her age. It's insane. Super. I hope she becomes a basketball player, and I know her, and she goes to WNBA. Of course, I don't know, but anyway, besides the point. Nevaeh has to go to the bathroom. Well, they already locked the bathroom doors. Okay. So my buddy says, hey, my daughter really has to go to the bathroom. Could you unlock the doors? And he's like, of course, absolutely. Well, she just ran around the side where the bathrooms are. She goes, okay, what's her name? He says, Nevaeh. She goes, well, okay, which one is she? There's a bunch of girls over there. And I immediately jumped out right off the bat. We're in the west side of Cincinnati. There's not a lot of black. I said, she'll be the little black girl. That's what I said. And all of a sudden I get 4 or 5 eyes turn on me immediately. There was no other black people there. at the place. I feel like if you're gonna like, let's get down to business, right? Like if I'm gonna give you brass knuckles, yeah, whatever, exactly, to the balls and teeth of it. So we've got everybody turns around and looks at me. Wait a second, did I say something wrong? Did I say something wrong? There's no other black people there.
Mm-hmm.
So the easiest way to describe someone is to say, we played on a basketball team together. We had a kid that subbed with us a few times. I'll never forget it. I had a pair of red shorts on. He had a pair of red shorts on. We walk out onto the court and everybody on the other team starts saying who they got. I got Witt. I got Schmidt. I got so-and-so. Guy goes, I got the guy in the red shorts. I said, he's the only black guy here. Just say I got the black guy. What? Why? I don't understand. There's two guys with red shorts. Now you're confusing everybody. I don't understand that. This was at Holy Family. He only subbed with us like 2 or 3 times.
I don't even remember who
he worked with Wee Man back in the day.
Okay.
So anyway, besides the point. The point is that not the easiest way to describe it? Like, I mean, let's say there's 8 white dudes on a court, or 7 white dudes to play 4-on-4. 7 white dudes on a court, 1 black guy. I got the black guy. That's easy. Boom, got him.
Yeah.
Is that touching something? Am I going? Was I overboard by saying that?
No.
Okay, thank God. All right. Just had a bunch of eyes looking at me, and guy jokingly is like, "Oh, here's these white boys again, going just talking the way they want to talk."
It's gonna get eyes. That's gonna be forever. It's gonna get eyes pointed at you. Because
I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense. Why can't we? Can it just be
sensitive?
Easy?
It's just a sensitive thing because it could go any direction from there. You just meant the easiest way to identify the girl you're looking for.
Yeah,
is she is the only girl of color there.
She's got like pink and purple stuff braided into her hair, and they're like, you could have said the girl with the pink and purple hair. I was like, that's
also a color. What's the difference?
Yeah, exactly. So what? Like, I don't understand why that I don't know. Anyway, my kids all the time, they'll come home from school and they'll be like, "Oh, I was playing with Allie." I said, "How many Allies? What's her? The Allie with the brown skin." Oh, okay. Boom. Now I know which Allie it is.
There you go.
Because if there's 2 Allies, and one's got white skin, one's got brown skin, now I know which one it is.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so super simple.
Yeah, it is simple.
It's a describing. I don't know what the word is. It's the easiest way to describe something.
At some point, I think I changed describing that. Like, you walk onto a basketball court, you're calling out who you're guarding. I'm guarding, and I purposely, I'm like, guy with the gray shirt.
Yeah,
he might be the only black guy on their team.
But what if this is when I joke, when we did that in basketball, is because me and him both had red shorts on. And I started laughing. I'm like,
guy.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. It's like, I don't understand. You can describe everybody. I got to do in the purple. I got to do with the goofy hair. There's only one guy sitting out here.
Mm-hmm. I've got the gentleman with the brown eyes.
Yeah, well, that's everybody. I got brown eyes.
I got brown eyes too.
Yeah. If you're going to describe somebody and there's multiple ways to do it the easiest way possible.
Yeah.
That's not going to confuse anybody.
You ever play the game?
I want you to not be confused when with what I'm saying.
You ever play the game Guess Who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes that's got to be the question.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You've got Michael and Jeremetrius left.
Wow. See, now I didn't go that far.
Jeremetrius is the white guy. See, I mean, that's problematic if you thought automatically.
I guess so. I thought that you were being, man, that's rough. I was like, whoa, hey, now that might be touching on a subject right there, brother.
No, he's the white guy.
All right. Now, I was trying to be smooth with this. Not smooth. That's not the word. No, but anyway, that was all I was thinking of, because
nothing wrong.
No, I just always, I don't know. I've always wondered how I feel like I don't feel like there's anything wrong.
I feel like I have been in places playing basketball probably 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And somebody came up and said, I got
the white guy. Yeah. I got this white boy right here. Yeah. I guarantee it happened because there was 3 white dudes in the league we were in at the YMCA. Right. And I guarantee that I remember somebody saying, I got this white boy right here. It's easy to say. I'm not upset at all because you know why? I was the only white boy on the court right then.
He was identifying. Yeah. I mean, It wasn't an insult.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm with you.
besides the point, I just don't roll your eyes. Don't not roll your eyes. Nobody rolled their eyes, but there was laughter and like, oh my God, like that I was saying something crazy, but I wasn't.
No.
All right. That being said, what is our sports take? What are we going with first? Baseball, basketball, NBA?
Chris, baseball has been going on for a long time.
Yes.
Okay. 140 years or 50 years or something like that.
Yeah.
To still have things that have never happened in the game is insane to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are 3 things that have happened in baseball in the last 2 weeks that I'm not sure I've ever seen before.
Okay, let's go with number 1.
Number 1, you have the Chattanooga Lookouts, AA team of the AA affiliate of the Cincinnati Reds.
Yep.
They won a game 7-5. No problem.
Never heard that in 150 years.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
They won the game 7-5 and were no hit in the game.
That now, there were no hit.
They were no hit. We've heard of 1-0 no hitters that the team won.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
7 runs.
7 runs this is professional baseball.
Professional baseball.
How does something like that happen?
So all 7 runs, by the way, scored in the same inning.
Oh, wow.
4 walks, 4 hit batsmen, and an error. Scored maybe 2 errors.
Wow. That's 4 walks and 4 hit batsmen. That's 4 runs right there.
Right. Yeah. And then they scored, I think, 3 runs on an error on a fly ball that would have ended the inning. The kid camped under it, hit the heel of his glove.
Oh my God.
And I think they scored 3 runs on that.
Wow.
Because they would have been going 2 outs.
Yeah.
7 runs and they got no hit and they won the game.
That's insane. I would love to know. That had to be it's got to be by far the highest run total ever to be no hit in a professional game.
I would think so.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Lost 7-5, 1 inning. Oof. Okay. What else we got?
Rough.
That's rough. That's a tough A. I don't want to be in that locker room afterwards.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was just one guy probably.
So they changed pitchers at least once in that inning, maybe twice.
Wow.
The one guy came in. One guy, I think, walked 4 batters, and one guy came in and hit all 4 batters, if I remember reading that right. Yeah.
Wow.
Bad. Those are the guys that are in the Reds bullpen in a couple of years.
Love it. There you go, bud. Getting that bullpen ready.
Anyway, Division III college baseball.
Yes. Some of the best baseball you'll ever watch.
Emory.
Ooh,
Emory.
Emory College.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're playing Brandeis.
Brandeis. Brandice.
EIS.
Ooh, Brandy's.
That's my pronunciation of it. I think I've heard of it before, so I feel like that might be it. Could be wrong. Emory beat Brandeis in a doubleheader.
Okay.
Both games, 7 innings. 7-inning doubleheaders.
Yeah.
Emory scored 31 runs in each of the 2 games.
Both games, 62 runs.
That's 62 runs in 14 innings.
Holy cow.
They won game 1, 31-4, game 2, 31-7. 14 total innings, 62 runs. That is the most at any level in any.
That's 4.5 runs an inning. 4.5 runs an inning. 62 runs. Jeez, oh Pete.
Yeah.
What other kind of craziness is going on in baseball these days that's making us decide to never play again?
I've got, I believe this is Division II, University of Indianapolis.
Uh-huh.
I've been to a University of Indianapolis basketball game before, a couple of them. Their pitcher, Brady Ware, pitched a no-hitter in their game.
Okay. Brady Ware, no-hitter.
No-hitter, right?
I love it.
Guess what?
They lost 7-5.
He also hit for the cycle in the same game.
Whoa.
Pitched a no-hitter and hit for the cycle in the same.
How many game balls do you give him? Does he get 2 game balls?
10. All the balls you have in your school. Go to him. You buy a new gross of balls.
Yeah. Wow. That is impressive.
I mean, I'm sure that's no, it has, high school professional college. It's never been done before.
Never been done in high school?
Nope.
That surprises me.
That's surprising. I don't know how you
Yeah.
get that information for sure.
That's tough.
But the article I read did say that.
Wow. I feel like I mean, there's some high school, studs out there that, I mean.
Ken Griffey Jr. could have, if he pitched in high school, he could have thrown a no-hitter and hit the side.
Absolutely. Wow. That's crazy. All right. I like it. All right.
Just 3 unbelievable things in baseball that
That is
I
ridiculous.
saw or read. I just wanted to throw those at you. As we move on to the NBA playoffs.
Okay.
I'm going to throw this at you too.
NBA, let's go. Let's go.
We had the creamy, buddy. What about the crunchy?
Oh my God. Where
What
were
about the
you?
Reese's crunchy.
Oh,
In
bud.
Tennessee.
Oh, dude.
I
So
mean,
there's a big cup crunchy.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't remember ever seeing that.
I think we did the big cup crunchy.
Did we?
I could be wrong. But this
Oh.
is a little cup crunchy
I think I know what you mean. I think I know
with
what
the
you're talking
peanuts in
about.
it.
I feel like this is it could be the same thing.
This is just a mini
I thought
cup,
it was a different kind of crunchy. It seemed like
like crispy,
something like that.
This is This was how it had peanuts in it. Because I remember going, I'm already not going to like this.
Yeah. I assume I don't like this as much as the creamy, which the creamy was just okay.
I mean, there's once again, I'm not a peanut in my stuff guy.
No.
I mean, it's not bad.
No, it's fine.
Got a little extra to it, but
We've had this conversation before here. Remind me. Creamy peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter, just peanut butter for a sandwich or whatever.
oh, creamy.
Creamy for sure, right?
Nobody
Ever
likes
do crunchy?
Never.
Okay.
It's never in my house. Ever.
I like a crunchy peanut butter,
No.
but I do go creamy. You know what?
Was it Jif that started that?
I don't know.
That crunchy peanut butter when we were kids?
I don't know.
I feel like Jif had crunchy peanut butter, and I was like, ugh. I didn't like peanut butter back then anyway. I only ate peanut butter on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I really, honestly, didn't. I never used to be a big peanut butter and jelly sandwich guy. I just didn't like peanut butter when I was a kid. Now that I'm older, I mean, obviously, I love Reese's peanut butter. I still am not a guy that like dips a pretzel in peanut butter or anything like that. Like I'm not that guy.
My brother, most nights,
Yeah.
after the kids are in bed, turns on whatever basketball game or something on. He gets a tub of the peanut butter filled pretzels
Oh yeah.
and a bag of M&Ms.
Oh,
Same time.
but we're gonna have to get Joe on the podcast because I feel like that needs to be a 2 M&Mer at least minimum.
Maybe.
Minimum
Probably.
2 M&M per peanut butter
I'm sure.
pretzels.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I feel like if I was doing that, it would be that way.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go 8-7 because it's still good. 8-7, but it's going below a 9. It's not stoked about the crunchy. Not stoked.
8-7. We were both at 9-2 for the creamy. You have 8-7 for the crunchy.
Yes.
9-4 for the crunchy for me.
Whoa.
As I'm eating this, I like it better, I think.
I can't. I'm just not a crunchy guy. I'm just not, man. Just not.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm digging it for some reason.
All right. Well, that's one person digging it. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to get this. Let's get this NBA app pulled up and let's
Got it right
see
here.
what we got going on, brother.
Right now, as we are recording, the Oklahoma City Thunder and New Orleans Pelicans are playing the final of the first part of the play-in
I love
tournament.
it. Yes. There's a whole nother part tomorrow.
The 9-10 seed. All right. So first night, you had Lakers Timberwolves.
Right.
Lakers won that. They are the 7 seed now.
Officially the 7 seed, and we know who they will play.
That's the Memphis Grizzlies.
The Memphis Grizzlies.
So now the Timberwolves losing that game will now play the winner of this New Orleans Pelicans Oklahoma City Thunder team
Okay.
or game. The loser of this current game is finished. Winner of that game plays the Timberwolves for the 8th seed and a
Okay.
chance to play the Denver Nuggets in the first round.
Gotcha.
Eastern Conference, you had the Miami Heat, Atlanta Hawks in the 7-8 game. The Atlanta Hawks upset, I would say,
Yeah.
the Miami Heat in that game. And so the Atlanta Hawks win the 7 seed. They are going to play
The winner.
the Boston Celtics.
Oh, the Celtics won.
The Celtics
that
are
happened.
the
That
2
was-
seed.
Yeah. Oh, they're the 2 seeds.
So
yeah.
now the Heat now
You were talking
play
about I was talking about the Heat. Who
Yeah.
do the Heat play?
the 9-10 playing game was this evening. Toronto Raptors, Chicago Bulls. My Chicago Bulls came from behind, came from down like 17 in the first half. Zach LaVine took over the game. They won in Toronto. Close game at the end. Made free throws. They now play the Miami Heat for the 8th seed.
Wow.
The winner of that game on Friday will take on the Milwaukee Bucks.
All right. Well,
First round.
let's talk about what's most important.
Okay.
The incredible turnaround of the LA Lakers.
Best record in the NBA since the All-Star break.
Since the All-Star break, ever since LeBron broke the record, broke the scoring record, they made a couple trades, huge trades that completely turned their team around. There are people all over the NBA saying this is going to be the hottest team in the NBA. Like they're picking them to be in the Western Conference Finals as a 7 seed.
Excuse me. Looking at the Western Conference teams, do you feel like
They don't play again till Sunday. Like
Yeah.
that's their first game is on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
long time off? So
Yeah.
Anybody who's a little banged up, get yourself right.
Absolutely.
Looking at the Western Conference, the 8 Western Conference teams,
Mhm.
whoever the last one ends up being, do you see the Lakers coming out of the West?
I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, for the Memphis Grizzlies, yeah. I mean, you got John. I mean, they've got injuries. The whole John Morant situation has kind of set them back a little bit. Steven Adams is still listed as out. I don't think he's going to build. I don't think he's playing for the entire series. That's going to be tough. Who do they have that can guard Anthony Davis, right? And if I watched the end of that Lakers game the other night, and LeBron tried to do a lot. I mean, it ended up going to overtime. He made a great pass to what's the guy's
Dennis Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder's, who hit the 3, and they both stood there with the ice water vein thing or whatever they did. But before that, they had multiple chances, stupid turnovers, throwing the ball away, just
The first half Lakers.
yeah, that's what
at
it looked like in the last 4 minutes and 45 seconds is kind of what it looked like. They had every opportunity. They should have beat that team bad in that last 4 minutes, but they just could not put it together.
Minnesota was playing without their 2 best defensive players.
Sure.
Both from punches of different kinds.
Yeah.
The day before.
So anyway, they're playing the Grizzlies. You've got all that. I don't know why I can't. I guess I'm just looking for who do they play after who's the 2 teams playing that they would play?
They would play the winner of the Golden State Warriors Sacramento Kings series.
Yeah, and so I mean, obviously the Warriors become are hot right now. They're playing well. Steph's healthy. The whole team's healthy. Draymond's here. The only one is Wiggins, who slowly is coming back, and they got to figure out how to get him more time because they've been playing well without him.
Yeah.
So as they find room for him, I mean, they're going to be good. They're like getting fully healthy into that same team that they had last year, and they're scary. So, but you also got to figure out what the Kings. I mean, the Kings have been the surprise team of the entire year. Everybody was excited trying to be the 6th seed. Everyone wanted to be the 6th seed so they could play the Kings. That's what the big talk was. I mean, from that you hear from all the analysts is like everybody wants to play the Kings. They're young. They've never been here before. They might be the 3 seed and have played well, but nobody cares. Like everybody else knows who they are when they need to be that and think they can beat the Kings. And I don't know if the Kings upset them. I don't know that they're the team that makes me the most worried for the Lakers is going to be the Suns. The Suns are ridiculously good. They're not deep at all, but they're very, very, very good.
especially offensively, man. I'm with you there. There are 6 teams in the West that could end up coming out of the West.
Yeah.
And Denver's the 1 seed. They were the most consistent all year. And I don't know. They're
if
not
Jokic doesn't win a title this year as the number 1 seed, back-to-back MVPs, or not back-to-back, but 2 MVP, or was it back-to-back?
It was back-to-back.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, when Giannis and then it was Giannis and then him twice. What does this, is this like a Dirk, or does he start getting like a little bit of a Dirk thing going until Dirk won that, or like what's going on? What
he will, because people have already started talking about that people have already started using that as, well, Jokic can't win MVP because he's won 2, but he hasn't gone to the next level.
Even though the MVP for each season has nothing to do with any of that.
Right.
But
exactly.
That's how everybody looks at it. It's the same thing that happened to Jordan and a lot of other people.
Everybody's looking for an excuse to give it to Joel Embiid. So it's going to Joel Embiid this year, I think.
The crazy thing is if Jokic gets it, there's only one other person that's won it 3 years in a row, right? Is that right? Larry Bird?
Larry Bird, and I think Kareem did, I want to say. I think Kareem did too.
Okay.
Either Kareem or Will.
I got you.
But yeah, I think only those guys. Maybe was it right? Yeah, one of those guys. Anyway, it would be crazy. Yeah, but I feel like people don't win it more than twice in a row typically. Mostly, I think, because there are enough good players, not enough great players, where everybody wants to see somebody else win.
Right.
And unfortunately, honestly, I think that whole thing weeks ago with Goofball on ESPN bringing up the race thing with people voting for Jokic because he's white.
Who said that?
Kendrick Perkins. There was a
Really?
whole
Kendrick Perkins
huge thing for a week.
Joel Embiid, the guy who was hurt the day he was supposed to play Giannis and go after it. Like, look, man up and play. Like, if you ain't gonna play against the best, then I'm not giving you the best award. I don't care if you're white, black, cream, sickle, yellow, silver, whatever. I don't care.
Right. Anyway, I feel like people's opinions most people shouted him down and said, that's an insane thing to say. That's so dumb. It doesn't make any sense. But everybody's opinions seem to start to change after that and shift toward Embiid. So maybe that kind of worked. If that was
that's what he was
idea.
trying to do.
Embiid also deserves to win the MVP. But in my opinion, so does Jokic and so does
Giannis.
Exactly. All three of those guys, whoever votes for the MVP award, if you vote for any of those 3 guys, I think you're right.
Yeah. Is it still where you vote for 5 guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, can you have when was the last time MVP was shared?
Maybe never. I don't know.
If you're voting for 5 guys, how does that work? I can't remember. Do you vote like in a rank 1 to 5 or you do rank it 1 to 5?
Yeah. So most first place votes.
Still though, man, I mean, all 3 of them should be on every single list, and how they get put on there. Dude, when was the last time an MVP award was split? Has it ever?
I don't know that
there's been Rookie of the Year that's been split.
Right. I don't remember if there was. You know me, I'm all for that.
Absolutely. You're for it.
I'm all for
Not
go
me.
MVP. Give me a try MVP this year. Okay?
I hear you. I don't want any.
Cut the trophy in thirds or whatever you got to do.
Yep.
And give it to one of each of the guys. Anyway, we got off on the MVP thing. I actually wanted to hear your opinion on the MVP thing anyway, so that was good. Who has your vote?
I don't know. I mean, the Joker, the numbers the Joker puts up are stupid. But I truly, truly believe that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the MVP of the NBA. But he's not going to win it this year. It's between, I mean, the way everybody's going after it. I think as soon as Embiid missed one game and it was a game against, was it Giannis or against Joker?
It was against Jokic.
It was against Jokic. Yeah. That's the one game that you decide to sit out. To me, sorry, bud. That was your chance. That was your opportunity. I know it's only one game, But that's the opportunity. You don't play the West very often. That's your opportunity to step in and go, all right, if you are a true competitor, I know he was hurt, but he played the game before and he played the game after. That's all I'm saying. That's a game that Michael's walking out or Kobe's walking out or any true competitor is walking out and saying, I'm playing this game and I'm going out there and I'm going to show everybody why I'm the MVP and not him. Especially when you play the same position, you be guarding each other the entire game. That's your opportunity to go one-on-one. It's not like it's Chris Paul going up against Jokic. They're not. Right. These two will literally be bodying up for at least 30 minutes of the game together.
Two of the best passers in the league, Jokic and Chris Paul. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. Okay.
Who's your vote?
So is Giannis the guy that you would, if you had a vote, is Giannis the guy you would vote for?
I think I would vote for Giannis. I think I would.
I have no problem with that.
Giannis or Jokovic. I wouldn't vote for Joel Embiid this year, and that's because of that game.
Really?
That really irritates me.
I can tell.
Really irritates me. And I say Michael and Kobe and stuff like that, but it's not just them. I feel like anyone in that's like real, true competitors in that situation are making sure they play in that game.
I know what you mean. I don't know what Embiid's been hurt so much throughout his career.
The game before and the game after.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like.
He missed other, like, I think stretches of 2 or 3 games here and there because of injuries all like throughout the season as well. But I don't.
Maybe he missed. Maybe he played the game after, but missed the game before. That could be. He might have missed the game before.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember the game that you're talking about, but I don't remember what happened after that.
It's only been a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So I think, and I would have to go back at this point of the season and look at all the numbers again. But when we first started talking about MVP 5-6 weeks ago or whatever, I think Jokic was still the front runner for me. And just every stat you can come up with, the traditional ones and the
analytic
ones.
Yeah.
He was the leader in the most categories, I think. And that's not even necessarily the right way to vote for MVP either. But just the importance to his team.
Yes.
They are the number one.
There's so much that goes to that. That MVP, that word, most valuable player. If he's not, what is the one guy you could take off a team and they'd be that much worse?
Yeah, I any one of those guys, but honestly, Embiid the least in that to me.
I agree. Yeah. And is that put a little hurt on some guys that have, 3 superstars on the same team? Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I think it
figure out a way to do it.
Yeah.
All right, Adam. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
So we know that the Celtics are playing the Hawks.
Yep.
Number 2 seed Celtics versus the 7 seed Hawks. Who do you have?
No problem, Celtics there.
Okay. 76ers are the 3 seed versus the Brooklyn Nets.
The Nets are surprising how good they stayed after the trade of everybody.
Yeah. And the fact that Simmons still isn't playing very much.
Still not playing. It doesn't matter, really. They're still really good. Having said that, the Sixers are really good when they're playing. They'll play everybody in these games. So
absolutely.
Definitely the Sixers in that series.
Cavs are the 4 seed versus the New York Knickerbockers in the 5 seed.
This is going to be a fun. Those 4-5 matchups are usually the best. But man, I think probably the Cavs. They're the
more consistent.
Quiet.
They're the more consistent team
for sure. And they've been quietly good all year.
And then when they got Donovan Mitchell, it's like, oh my God, Jesus Pete's. They've got to have two of the best 5 point guards in the league right now.
Yeah. And
him and Garland are unbelievable.
Right. And Evan Mobley, who might have a chance to win the Defensive Player of the Year. Jarrett Jackson. They've got they've got good bigs and good guards.
Yeah.
And they've just been good and consistent, like you said. I'm taking the Cavs.
All right. Number 1 seed. Does it matter, or are you taking the Bucks no matter what?
No, I'm taking the Bucks no matter what.
Okay. I can't disagree with you there. Denver. Does it matter who gets the 8 seed?
No, it doesn't.
So then let's go Grizzlies, Lakers. This is the one that everybody, that you haven't picked an upset yet.
That's right.
You're scratching the East.
And
Are you staying scratch?
I am
chalk, not scratch. Whatever.
I am. I'm taking chalk. I'm staying chalk because the Grizzlies have been. Now they had that lull in there where they were losing a bunch of games, and then John Morant was out for a little bit, and they had some problems there. He's been back now, and they got back on track, at least in the win column, more consistently. And so I think they're kind of putting it together again. I think it does really hurt them to not have Steven. He's been out for a long time now, but not have Steven Adams for that series is a big deal. Steven Adams is one of my favorite players in the league. But
where'd Steven Adams go to college? He looks like a Gonzaga. He looks like a Gonzaga guy.
I don't think he went to college here.
Oh no. Okay.
I gotta look that up. Anyway, I think I'm going to take the Grizzlies because they've been there. They've made a run into the playoffs already.
Okay.
And so they have that experience and they have that same core. And Jaren Jackson Jr. has gotten a lot better. John Morant's one of the best players in the league. You hate to watch Dylan Brooks because he's one of those guys that gets under everybody's skin. He's always into it with people. He's that Matt Barnes, that Patrick Beverly, that Draymond Green, the guy that's always having a problem with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also a really tough defender, and he has a chance to break down your best player and make a tough night for him. I don't know. A big factor is going to be the way Anthony Davis plays in this series, I think. I think you're still going to get good, consistent play from LeBron, and they definitely have been a lot better. It's going to be a really interesting series. I think
the role players have been really good.
Yeah.
And they shoot the three much better than they did earlier. That was the biggest thing is they were the worst 3-point shooting team in the league until they made the trades.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's the one I'm switching with you. I'm taking the Lake Show. Number 3 Kings versus the 6 Golden State Warriors. Steph and when they're healthy, I don't think that the Kings can beat them. I'm not saying that the Kings aren't close and they can't get there, but I'm telling you that it's when you get to the playoffs, it's a different type of game.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the Warriors do it better than anybody and have been there more than anybody and just won a title, I'm taking the Warriors.
I think I am too. This Kings team is really exciting to watch. One of the best offensive teams in the league. The Warriors are always, when everybody's healthy, one of the best offensive teams in the league, of course. But yeah, as long as they're healthy, you know how I always feel about the experience, and I think that's going to be a big factor.
Yep. All right. Last but not least, the Suns and the Clippers.
Yeah. The Clippers. By the way, I think Paul George is missing games in this series, maybe the whole series, if I remember right.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
Because he's been out for a little bit now. But and the Suns have been really good since Kevin Durant's been there. Between he and Booker and Chris Paul and
DeAndre Ayton. I mean, the fact that they've got 3 guys that need the ball, that should have the ball. DeAndre Ayton, I mean, he's got to clean up right now, right? I mean, DeAndre Ayton has to clean up.
Yeah.
You've got Chris Paul, who can put the ball anywhere at any time. You've got the best scorer in the league, maybe. And then you have one of the top 3 3-point shooters in the league. How does that not leave the inside of DeAndre Ayton to just manhandle one-on-one and never get double teamed?
You don't have, your responsibilities aren't huge if you're him. Be a great defensive player and
run the pick and roll and dunk it. That's it.
Yeah.
Rebound the ball, play defense, run a pick and roll and throw a dunk down. You are not needed on offense.
You don't have to create your own shot on offense. Be a good defender, be solid in the offense, and support the other guys, and you have a good chance to win a championship.
Yeah. And average 15, 16 points a game.
Sure.
Just off offensive rebounds and wide open passes.
Yeah.
because everybody has to collapse.
Yep. DeAndre Jordan is a 0 on offense, and he averaged 12 points a game when he was with the Clippers for all those years. I'm taking the Suns. The Clippers, I think feel like people are maybe kind of forgetting how good they can be sometimes, but I don't know.
Without Paul George, like Kawhi's Kawhi, like that dude is a silent assassin and continues to be an amazing basketball player, but it's just a little bit different.
Yeah, and they've got some other shooters, some other players, but it's I think it's going to be Phoenix. Hard to say no.
I like it. That sounds good. All right. Well, when we come back, it'll be right dead smack in the middle of this series. So we'll get to talk about it and see how those things are going when we get there. But I think it's time to move on, bud. I think it's time to get on to whatever's next. What are you thinking?
Absolutely. We've got the Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore
of stuffed animals.
Of stuffed animals, as you see behind us. And hidden in these stuffed animals is my number one on the Mount Rushmore.
Hidden in a bag inside my bag is my number one.
Oh, yeah? I love it. All right. So you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I would like for you to go
All
first.
Right. So, growing up, my girls they call them stuffies. We've got more stuffed animals than I've ever seen in my entire life. So I don't know how they'll ever pick. Actually, they each have one that I know is their favorite. Unicorn puppy for the one daughter. It's a puppy that's got a unicorn outfit on. Little tiny small thing. She loves that. Besides the point, that's not mine. So I'm gonna go back to my childhood. Yeah. Not a lot of stuffed animals, right? I didn't have a ton. But
wrong piece of paper.
Yeah, wrong piece of paper.
They're folded exactly the same.
So I'll start off when I was a little older. We were at a store and we saw a stuffed animal. Me, my dad, and my sister saw this stuffed animal dog, little puppy dog, and it was the size of a puppy. And the hair on it just looked real for some reason. And my mom walked in from work, and my sister was holding it and like making it look like she got a puppy. And Dad's like, "Look, Mary, look what we did." And she's like, "What? Oh my God, you guys, what'd you do?" Not upset. I don't remember her being upset. I don't remember but it was rough is what we called him. His name was Rough. And that was the household stuffed animal, man. We tried to fool everybody into making it think it was a real dog. So Rough is 100% on the Mount Rushmore. And then this is a tough one. Okay, I'm gonna go here next. The My Buddy. Do you remember the My Buddy?
Yes.
My Buddy and me. It had like Velcro and button and zip. It like taught you how to do all the stuff. She had to tie a shoe, and that was, I had one of those. I think that's how I learned how to button a button. So anyway, I love the My Buddy. That's definitely on the list. The My Buddy was a big one when I was a kid, and I had him forever. This next one's a little different, and I can't remember where they came from. I feel like it was like a McDonald's thing, because there was a point in time where Happy Meals at McDonald's, dude, you got some cool stuff sometimes.
Yep.
But I don't think it's where it came from. It might have, maybe not. Maybe you just found them somewhere. But back in the day, there were these little stuffed animal hand puppets of Alf.
Yeah.
Do you remember those? And there was like 15 different ones. He'd have like a rocker outfit on, or
Hawaiian shirt,
or I love cats or something, because he wanted to eat the cat all the time. Like there was like 10 10 different ones.
That was from a fast food restaurant. I don't think it was McDonald's.
It was. Okay. That's what I thought. They're little hand puppets, but they're stuffed animals. I had a million. I love those. I loved those. So that, I don't care which one you choose. In my head, I see the rocker. Like he's got a black shirt and a red bandana.
Did he have sunglasses?
I think he had sunglasses too. Yeah. So that's on my Mount Rushmore. And last but not least is the one stuffed animal that was with me my entire life.
Okay.
So I had a stuffed animal, and his name was Baby Boozy.
Oh.
All right. And it was literally on the tag. It said Baby Boozy. I don't know if this was like a show or a book or what it was, but it said Baby Boozy. And my little man's right here with me. He's been with me forever. That's Baby Boozy, little koala bear. In case you're not looking on the old YouTuber. Little koala bear, baby Boozy. This tag that you cannot read anymore. At one point in its life, said baby Boozy on it.
How old would you say that is?
35 to 40 years old. I mean, I'm 39. I'd say it's 35 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, 35 years old. And I just walked right in there just a second ago, and it was right with all the other stuffed animals. That's my baby Boozy right there. Cool. So baby Boozy, though, the cool thing about this is, like, when I was like 12 or 13, I walked into a Johnny's Toys, and hanging from the ceiling is a monster. I've never seen another baby Boozy ever. There's a monster one of these, and on the tag it said it was Mama Boozy.
Oh.
And I was like, there's got to be a book or something that these things came from. But this is just a little koala. I don't know why I love baby Boozy so much, but this was my dude, man. That's my
you know what?
guy.
It's a good size. It's a cute little thing.
Yeah, fits right there. You know, you get a little, go to bed, you just get a little squeeze on little baby Boozy. So that's
football hold, whatever.
Whatever you got to do.
Wow.
There you go. That's my Mount Rushmore of stuffed animals.
That's
Adam,
great.
let's hear yours.
Man, that Alf really got me.
We'll never. There's no way that we've got the same ones on
here. No, we do not. In fact, this was much harder. I was trying to remember, like, all the ones we had when we were younger, and which one of those, like, which ones were things that people would know.
Mm-hmm.
I had a hard time. I know we had tons of them. We had an Alf.
Yeah,
we had an Alf. I remember Grandma
had all those. Elves.
Yes.
Yeah.
We would go visit their,
Yep.
Stay overnight in Shepherdsville or whatever, and they would have them up there on the shelf in the guest room. Yeah, those were great. But I can't really remember anything specifically that we had that you mentioned last week. Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah,
we had a Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah,
and that was huge too.
Grubby.
We had a Grubby. Yeah, I think my brother had the Grubby. Yeah. I didn't choose any of those. I chose all things that people listening or watching are not going to have any clue what I'm talking about. I'm going to try to describe them the best I can.
Okay, sounds good.
One I called Blue Bear.
Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was a blue bear stuffed animal.
That's 100% what it was.
Nice.
It was a deep blue. It was probably about the same size as the baby
baby Boozy.
Baby Boozy.
Or baby Booze. I don't know. Maybe it was, baby Booze, but I thought it was Boozy. I feel like booze might be a little
alcohol related. Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
It had a either like a winter hat or like one of those sleeping caps sort of looking things.
Sure.
And it was white and blue stripes.
I like it. Okay.
But it was just a good size and
nice little blue bear stuffed animal.
It was real soft.
Yeah, that's the killer. That's the key.
Nice. You could, use that thing as a pillow.
Baby Boozy used to be soft. Now he's kind of like a Brillo pad.
I got you. Hey, look, he's weathered just like we get.
That's right.
I'm going on to I don't remember if this seems like it was, I still have it. I should have brought it.
Okay.
If it was made or if it was purchased, and it was that long ago that it just looks like it was made, but like handmade by somebody we know. It was a Tigger doll. Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Absolutely, 100%.
And I think it was, here's why I think it might have been made. Like Aunt Peggy may have made this or something. Like your mom may have made this.
My mom didn't make it.
You didn't think so?
There's no chance.
Okay, so
0 chance. I would put a negative chance on my mom making that. There's not even a 0.000000001 chance my mom made it.
If you can sew, I feel like
I said, there's 0.00001 chance.
Well, I can't either. So, but anyway, this Tigger is so old. It's hard to tell whether it was purchased in a store and professionally made or if it was made by somebody. But I think someone wrote Tigger across its stomach, like its stomach was white, and in red pen or whatever or marker, they wrote Tigger. You can barely, you can barely tell now that something was written on its stomach.
Really,
but I still have it, and I had it for basically probably almost my whole life, and I just remember that one, and I still have it. So
when I first dated Erin back in high school, we were going out of town or something, and I dropped off a little Tigger stuffed animal for her to have and to hold while I was gone.
You're just the most romantic fella.
Then she dumped me. When I
Yeah.
got back. Yeah.
Well, you should have got Winnie the Pooh.
Earlier I had already gotten her a Scooby Doo, which 6 years later when she came crawling back to me,
Yeah.
that Scooby Doo stuffed animal from Kings Island was still
Resurfaced, huh?
it was still in the bedroom. It was still there.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Never
It
left.
meant something to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were on her mind the whole time.
That's right.
That's why you get those things. You give those gifts.
exactly
because
right.
They're gonna stick around and they're gonna see it once in a while and be like,
Oh,
oh yeah.
I remember how great he was.
Yeah,
And then
that's right.
Anyway,
It came crawling back.
came crawling back, baby.
I like that. Another one I also still have and also should have brought. This is gonna be hard to describe.
Okay.
It's a clown,
Oh, okay.
but it's this tall. It's as wide as it is
that's about
tall.
18 inches by 18 inches.
Right.
Okay.
Because it had like long arms and legs that were
Spread out like a star.
Yeah, kind of like that. And the arms even more so. And you can feel the body of it,
Yeah.
but it had its clothes like sewn onto the body. So in its clothes was like almost like parachute pants, sort of, but it was like a whole one thing.
Yeah.
So its arms were out like this, and like
Star position.
Yeah, and its thing came all the way down like onto its legs, basically.
Wow.
And then there were like some little material on the legs, but it was like a giant clown thing. It was like painted on face and a little cone hat thing.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know. It wasn't even soft or anything like that. It was just another one of those things that I had since
And
I
you
was
still
born.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Last but not least,
I can't wait to see this. What'd you bring with you, Adam?
here's maybe why I thought, excuse me, why I thought somebody may have made the Tigger.
Yeah.
Because I know that Aunt Peggy, when I was born,
Oh yeah.
made what I have always known as the Adam doll.
Wow.
This was given. I mean, you can see stains, and it's.
Oh
I
my
think it's ripping
gosh.
apart. So it's ripping apart right
Yeah,
there.
right in the
bad spot.
crotch. Yeah.
These were the original pants.
She will sew that back for you.
It was.
I feel like it used to be way more fluffy than it is
I
now.
mean, feel that thing. Now.
Yeah, I mean, it's lost everything. How about
it was
that
made
Adam
by. It was
doll?
made out of like a sock or a towel or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I mean, blonde hair, which I never had.
Somehow the written on smile is still there though.
It's I
Or is
think
that
it's
sewn
stitched.
on? That is
Yeah.
stitched in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good.
This is insane. This is the coolest thing in the world. Aunt Peggy never made me anything cool like that.
Yarn blonde hair.
Yep.
So this is the Adam doll,
I love
and
that.
it's 41 years old.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Once every 8-9 years, I shoot her a picture of this thing.
Do you?
Just to make sure
Just
she
to
knows
make
I
sure
still
she
have it.
knows you still got it.
Yep.
That's really cool. I like that.
Yep.
Nicely done.
There it
Once
is.
every 8 or 9 years. So about 3 or 4 or 5 times you've done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Nice. I like that. Dude, that's really cool. I love it. That was good. Well done. All right.
Yeah, you too.
So we're gonna have another Mount Rushmore next week, like we always do. But let's move on now to the comedy special, which is Foosball and Nikki, Nancy Grace, Nancy Glazer, Nikki Glazer's sister of wannabe, the Foosball Hustler,
The Hustler.
the Hustler,
Kelsey Cook.
Kelsey Cook. There it is, Kelsey Cook. I'll start off. I was hoping there'd be more of that stuff in there, of the foosball stuff. There was enough. It was good. This girl just tries to be as raunchy as she can be. That's like her whole goal. I think she just wants to be raunchy. There wasn't much to. I mean, there was a little bit else, but which is totally fine. I love some of that funny stuff. Like I think that's some of the funniest stuff there is.
That is exactly how Nikki Glazer is, and that's how
Whitney Cummings
is, and a lot.
She's very much like those. She reminded me a lot of that kind of comedy.
Yeah.
Not afraid to talk about, doing whatever sexually that she wanted to do or be, or what she had to do or what. No, just nothing. And the old man that sat next to her, it might have been my favorite part, in the plane. Marvin or whatever, who told her it's so nice that she's writing and not on one of her iPads. And she's like, if you only knew the kind of jokes I was writing right now. That was good. I liked, it wasn't like, I wasn't dying laughing. There was some good stuff in there. She was funny. She was good. I wish I remember now a lot of it. I wrote some stuff down, but I don't have my notebook that I wrote it in. But yeah, this has been 3 weeks in the making for us. So it's a little tough there. I will tell you this. I wrote down 3.4. I know that.
Okay.
So we can just start there. The best part was when she was talking about how she did this. She does her little YouTube channel, and she was just going out hustling people in Vegas.
Yep.
And telling them she'd play them for $100 or whatever and just smoking people. That was fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. That's what I want to see. I want to see if you're a professional foosball player, I want to know what that means. What does that mean? I want to know what that looks like if I'm playing foosball.
I think you just play tournaments against other professionals.
Well, I know that, but I want to see what it looks like. I want to watch you play and go, oh, holy cow, that's a professional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like no spins. Like they actually have to have like good wrists and stuff, and
the angles. You know the angles they're taking. They're able to hit it off the toe, and insane.
Yep. I've always been. That's maybe of all games or sports, maybe my worst one.
Yeah.
I
don't know that I call it a sport, but
a game. Yeah, a game.
That's a game.
I've never been able to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at it.
I enjoy playing it, but no good.
I don't even enjoy playing it because I'm so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
what'd you think about Kelsey Cook? Oh, I think I got it right. First try.
You did.
Nice. Kelsey Cook's
good job.
The hustler.
I liked a lot of this. I wrote down a few things. The chunk she had on the mail back door.
Yeah.
Call it.
Yeah.
She's like, that thing works at Lowe's.
Yeah.
It's not pretty.
Yeah. Yep.
She had I also wrote down wiki feet. She was talking about the foot stuff.
That was really funny.
She's really like, funny. I got Applebee's feet.
I got Applebee's feet. Yeah. Somebody asked her for pictures of her feet. No ad. And then COVID hit. That was a funny one too. Yeah. Got ghosted.
Let's see. Oh, you're supposed to. She was talking about how people will say you're supposed to throw away your pillows and towels once a year, and she's like, I've been on the same. I forget the jokes, but but I wrote down that premise at least because I remember it making me laugh.
That's a good one too because you brought 3 sheets to go out of town with and put all 3 sheets on the bed before you laid down in it.
That's right. That's correct.
That's insane. Yeah. How often do you change your pillows?
The actual pillows?
Yeah. How often do you actually get a new pillow?
Not very often. And I feel like you also have had pillows for decades.
I had a pillow.
Yeah.
That I've probably had as long as I've had baby Boozy.
Yeah. The Edwards always had pillows like that too.
It was called my slobber pillow. I had my slobber pillow. Like that was on my bed. Like when I moved out and lived in an apartment as a single young 20-something-year-old, like if you're bringing a young lady over or something like that, like, look, here's the deal. That's my slobber pillow. Like it's no sheet over, no pillowcase on it.
That's great.
It's no wonder I never got any fun time playing inside in that old place. You walk in, oh my God. Is that a pillow or a yellow brick? Brown brick. Dude, that was my slobber pillow. I loved it. We got married and she always said, I'm getting rid of this thing. This is gross. Shouldn't be. I don't want this on our bed. She would hide it underneath a bunch of pillows. Like when she would make the bed, because we got to have 15 pillows on the bed.
Sure.
So I totally one day after being married for not long, about probably 3, 4, 5 years, slobber pillow was gone and that was the end of it, man. So my slobber pillow I used to break it out. Like we'd have people over and she'd be like, it's so gross. I'd be like, y'all want to see it? I'll show it to you. Here, look, so many stains on here, man. That's a good slobber stain right there.
It's got a swimming pool's worth of slobber over the years of my life.
Absolutely. And it was big long one. So I'd always get that big old sandwich fold on it. Oh yeah.
Sandwich bowl.
Yes, it was nice.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I don't change them out. I've gone through so many pillows because I'm never comfortable.
Yeah.
I can't figure out, my neck is always messed up.
Yeah.
And I can't figure out my pillow situation ever. So I've tried a million. So now I have so many. And I've in the last 4 or 5 years have bought new pillows a few times and stuff like that. So I've got all this bit.
I'm gonna tell you, I found the gel pillows or whatever that got like the cool side on the one, and they're like memory foam. That's the killer. I don't have any issues when I use those.
Yeah. I had something similar to that. It might not be that same exact thing, but the memory foam type of thing. And for a while it was okay. And then after a while, I just, for whatever reason, my body like adjusted or something. And it just, I just couldn't.
That's the end of it.
Couldn't make it work again. Yeah. Anyway, she talked about dating a guy that had a vasectomy, and she all the questions she had about that. And we talking about Gatorade, Glacier Frost, or whatever. And anyway,
that's pretty gross. I had to try it.
Yeah. But anyway, you know what? I did like it. It's been a little while now since I watched it, but it was funny to me. And I was glad it was funny because I've seen her enough times that I'm like, okay, I feel like she's getting good now.
Yeah.
And so I wrote down a 3.9.
Oh, 3.9. That's pretty well done.
Yeah.
A lot of that might be just hype up. Want her to be a 3.9, but
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, 3.4. We're not far off. I don't think it was bad. I thought it was good.
I think she's getting better at joke writing, and I think I appreciated that.
Yeah.
So
100%. Yeah. Well done. All right, man. Well, that's the end of that. Let's get to what's next. So how are we doing this now? Oh, I got both. Are we doing one and one?
We can flip them if you want. We can go.
I got no problem with it. I'll do both. I got no problem. I can go both. I can figure this out.
I've got a list of like 4 comedy specials that I'm so excited about now. So, but it's up to you. If you want to, if
you know what, you know what, if you're doing anything, you're doing the comedy special. Although one person who has a new comedy special was talked about in a previous comedy special that we did with Samoa or whatever her name is, Queen S'more or whatever.
Oh, some more.
Yeah. She was talking about Monique getting on people with the bonnets. Yeah, Monique's got one out. I'm not going to do the comedy special. I will do the Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
So Adam, what is our comedy segment going to be for next week?
Chris, it is going to be our man that just came out with a new one, Big J Okerson.
I was hoping you would say that. He looks so different, doesn't he? Did you see the previews? He's got a little purple in his hair. Looks like he's lost some weight. No gloves. The gloves are off.
He doesn't wear the. I don't think he wears the gloves anymore.
He didn't have the gloves on when you said you went to go see him. Gloves are off. You got to change it up a little bit. Very interested. Best crowd work guy there is. Just has the joke ready and knows who to ask, what to ask, how to get it to the joke. He knows how to use crowd work to get it to a joke. That is amazing to me.
And from what I understand, this special is pretty much a crowd work special.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that's what he.
That's kind of what
a
he
lot
does
of
anyway.
He does most of that stuff now.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's called Dog Belly. It's on YouTube.
That should be fun. Dog Belly.
He's been making the round. That's another thing I love. He's been making the rounds on all the podcasts, on all the comedy podcasts. Yeah. So I've been listening to him on all kinds of podcasts. It's been really fun. I still listen to.
He's funny,
although
it's not the same.
Dan Sutter's just gone.
It's not the same. Who's doing it with him now?
Robert Kelly.
Is that the guy that was on there with him every now and then? Anyway,
he guest hosted a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So that gives me the comedy segment of the week.
The Mount Rushmore.
The Mount Rushmore segment of the week. You know what I think I'm going to do?
What's that?
We've already done that. Mount Rushmore of years.
It's getting tough.
It is getting tough. I think I am going to do oh man, you know what we used to have to do every single week, or at least every couple weeks.
What's that?
As children, growing up and going to school. Some kids don't go to school. We grew up going to school.
Yes, we did.
2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, maybe throughout. You'd have to read a book, and then you'd have to do a book report.
Oh, yeah.
You've had to read many books.
Uh-huh.
I was going to do the Mount Rushmore of book reports you've done. I don't know that I can remember a single one.
I can remember one.
I don't remember any. I don't even know where that came from. I think I was thinking Matt Christopher books. But
Oh, there's another.
how about that? Let's do that. Mount Rushmore of Matt Christopher books.
Oh,
You're gonna have to go back and look them up. I read all of them. My dad still has them at the house. He's still got all my Matt Christopher books. The Catcher with the Glass Arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Hard drive to short.
Hard drive to short.
That's right.
Man, some of those were kind of weird in here. Yeah. So the Mount Rushmore of Matt Christopher books is what we're gonna do.
Good.
There you go. All right.
Cool.
So we've got Mount Rushmore, Matt Christopher jokes. We've got Big J books. Big J Okerson.
One of the funniest comedians ever, Matt Christopher.
Matt Christopher. Great with kids. Big J Okerson, also great with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we got, man. We'll have more NBA playoffs next week. Congratulations to Adam Baum finding a new job. Big disappointment to us. We haven't got to talk about it in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We've lost a Inquirer beat writer off the podcast, but that's all right. We'll figure something out. Maybe we still get him on anyway.
Yeah.
Keep
in touch with him for sure.
For sure. I need to say something to him anyway. All right. So so we'll just be back next week. And until then, don't forget to turn your headlights on.